Bringing Jeff Passan, senior writer of Yahoo Sports, joining me now on the Dan Patrick Show. Jeff, why such a quiet trade deadline yesterday?
I think it's a combination of things. If you look at the mechanics since the second wild card came into play, there are a number of teams out there that in the past may have been sellers, but feel like they've actually gotten an opportunity or a shot this year. And whether that's Seattle, which doesn't have an opportunity or a shot, or Kansas City, a team that has won 8 games in a row and has sort of bullied its way back into playoff contention. I think that second wild card gives a lot of mediocre to okay teams hope that they've got a chance. And that in combination with the lack of good free agents coming from bad teams, I think was just a recipe for a pretty boring trade deadline. I do think that also because of the second wild card, and I wrote this week, that the trade deadline should be pushed back to August 15th. I think there would have been a lot more action if there were 2 weeks left to go. And let's be honest, in a really long baseball season, I think fans look forward to the deadline because it brings some good action in between the beginning of the season and October.
If you were the Pirates GM, you would have done what?
I would have gone out and gotten a bat at very least. And I know that there weren't, significant bats on the market, but the Pirates have such a good farm system that they could go out and get an impact guy. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to bully the Marlins into trading Giancarlo Stanton and give him an offer that they can't refuse, but there were enough guys ostensibly available that a team like the Pirates that has the best record in baseball right now and yet has weaknesses that I think you look at the team and you say, yeah, they do have some places to improve. I think because of that in a year like this where there really is no favorite and where you've got an opportunity to strike, you do that. And I think Pittsburgh missed an opportunity.
He's Jeff Passan, senior writer for Yahoo Sports here on the Dan Patrick Show. Jeff, what do you make of the A-Rod's evolving situation as of yesterday? First, you hear Major League Baseball is prepared to suspend him for life, and then you hear A-Rod's talking to Major League Baseball about settling the suspension. What do you make of all this?
I think that in the end, if Alex Rodriguez is smart, he's probably going to take a plea deal. And yet, my perspective on this, I think, is different than most. I think the only way Alex Rodriguez can possibly come off as a sympathetic character in this whole big saga is to have Bud Selig go around a joint drug agreement that's there specifically to deal with drug issues like this and unilaterally suspend him. I think if anybody looks at that, Bud Selig is essentially robbing Alex Rodriguez of due process. And, as somebody who has been fairly on board with Major League Baseball's tactics throughout this whole thing, thinking, going and suing Anthony Bosch to compel him to speak and, providing protection for him in exchange for his testimony. Look, that's how the sausage is made. But when you go outside a plan that you specifically help draw up in order to do something that benefits you and you alone, I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. And I hope that Bud Selig is just using this as a threat right now, because if he actually were to suspend Alex Rodriguez for life, I think it would be a ridiculous move, and I think it would be a wrong thing to do.
Got about 30 seconds left, Jeff. Your best guess over the next couple of days, what will Alex Rodriguez's suspension be?
I think it's going to be for probably around 150 games. It would not at all shock me if it's all the way through the 2014 season, but I think they're going to find some sort of happy medium between the end of 2014 and the 100 games that he probably deserves under the joint drug agreement.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Chris.
That's Jeff Passan. That's Jeff Passan, senior writer for Yahoo Sports, talking about the A-Rod suspension. It seems like his opinion is shared by a lot of people on 150 games through the end of next season. But I think it's important to note that either one, whether it's 150 games, whether it's 2 years through the end of next season, whether it's a lifetime ban, obviously would be the case. But I think it's a death sentence for Alex's career. I don't think he can come back in 2015, nearing the age of 40, and play Major League Baseball. Not after missing 2 full seasons, not coming off a hip injury. It's far too significant a layoff for a player like that.